What if aging wasn't just inevitable, but optional? Imagine a future where living to 100 feels like hitting halftime, not the finish line. That's not just science fiction. It's the core message running through some of the most powerful books on longevity. From remote Greek villages to Harvard genetics labs, each of these books uncovers a different piece of the puzzle. And together, they give us a clear, hopeful, and sometimes surprising map for living longer and better. David Sinclair's Lifespan kicks things off with a bold claim: aging is a disease, and we can treat it. He talks about information theory of aging, where our cells lose their instructions over time, like a scratched CD. The most fascinating bit? He shares how mice, when given a compound called NMN, actually grew younger, visibly and functionally. He takes NMN himself, exercises in short bursts, skips breakfast often, and swears by a low-protein diet. His goal? Not just to extend life, but to extend youth. His father, who started following these practices in his late 70s, was hiking in the Himalayas at age 80. Real story. That's not just science, that's living proof. In Outlive, Peter Attia makes it personal. A former cancer surgeon turned longevity doctor, he calls his approach Medicine 3.0. He's obsessed with preventing the 4 deadly diseases of aging: heart disease, cancer, neurodegeneration, and metabolic dysfunction. But instead of just telling you to eat less sugar, he breaks down how insulin resistance sneaks up over decades. He shares the story of a patient who thought she was healthy until a deep diagnostic test revealed she was on the verge of type 2 diabetes. That early catch probably added 10 healthy years to her life. Attia doesn't push magic pills. He pushes data, habits, and personalized routines. He's not afraid to say longevity isn't about living forever. It's about maximizing your health span, not just your lifespan. Then comes The Blue Zones by Dan Buettner, a National Geographic explorer who didn't start in the lab but in the field. He went out to find where people live the longest and what they do differently. Okinawa, Japan; Ikaria, Greece; Sardinia, Italy; Loma Linda, California; Nicoya, Costa Rica. These places aren't full of gym rats or kale smoothies. They walk a lot, have strong social ties, live with purpose, and eat mostly plant-based diets. In Okinawa, for example, elders gather daily to chat, play games, and care for each other. One 102-year-old woman said her secret to life was her moai, a lifelong circle of friends. That's not a supplement, that's a support system. Andrew Steele's Ageless dives deep into the science but keeps it plain. A computational biologist, he explains aging like a set of accumulating software bugs in your body's code. He doesn't romanticize aging. He says bluntly that if aging didn't exist, most people wouldn't die. His passion is in explaining how senescent cells, the so-called zombie cells that refuse to die, start clogging your system. One fun anecdote: scientists managed to make worms live 10 times longer just by tweaking a few genes. He's hopeful, but careful. He knows aging won't vanish tomorrow, but the pace of discovery is accelerating. Dr. Stephen Gundry's The Longevity Paradox flips some nutrition advice on its head. He argues that what we think is healthy, like whole grains or tomatoes, might actually harm us because of lectins, a plant protein that can damage the gut. He claims longevity isn't just about what you eat, it's about what your gut bacteria want you to eat. Gundry, once a top heart surgeon, shares stories of patients who reversed serious health issues by eliminating high lectin foods. One man in his 60s reversed arthritis, lost weight, and dropped all meds in 6 months. Controversial? Yes, but intriguing. John Robbins in Healthy at 100 brings warmth and wisdom. He looks at traditional long-living cultures, the Hunza in Pakistan, the Vilcabamba in Ecuador, and others. They don't fear aging, they welcome it. In these cultures, older people are respected, active, and even seen as community leaders. One anecdote stands out: a 103-year-old Vilcabamba man who still climbed trees barefoot. His secret wasn't a miracle diet. It was simplicity, movement, family, and joy. Robbins links it to studies on calorie restriction, plant-based eating, and emotional well-being. So what do all these voices say when brought together? Longevity isn't just a pill or a procedure. It's a lifestyle. It's about purpose, relationships, stress management, diet, movement, and early detection. It's about challenging old assumptions. It's about having the courage to change habits, to listen to science, and to stay curious. From the clean labs of Harvard to the sun-washed cliffs of Sardinia, the message is this: a longer life is possible. But even more importantly, a better life is within reach. This is Intellings.